Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So we have some good news. With Module 28 we'll be getting Celestial Enchantments, and there was this whole concern about, not having them account wide and only being able to upgrade ones that are character bound. Meaning, as per the older system, you would have to upgrade all your enchantments on every single character separately. Well, it's a relief to note there's been an update to the preview server, and we are now able to actually have account-wide Celestial Enchantments, much like we did with account-wide Mythic Enchantments. There will be a new tab within your Claims Valuable page here, Celestial Enchantment Unlocks. You'll be able to have them on account-wide, meaning you can have them on all characters after you have just upgraded them once. So let's cover exactly how this system's going to work. It's not as simple as, say, with the Mythics. They had to do some workarounds in order to get this to work now, rather than putting a ton of resources in and maybe making it work after they launched Module 28. It seems they actually took on the player feedback and realized this is quite a big important thing, especially that this is done before Module 28's launch. Well, here's the notes from Brett Norton, the executive producer. We will now have account-wide Celestial Enchantments, and this is not an April Fool's joke. Again, it has a few complications, but to confirm, you cannot refine Unbound Mythic enchantments. There has been no news why, just that, the concrete confirmation that you just cannot. They seem pretty hard stuck on leaving it like that. Personally, it won't affect me, as majority of my enchantments are bound, as I did trade them in to be account wide, and I'll happily keep them that way as long as I can continue to have them account wide on the higher future ranks. But I can understand why some of you may not be happy with this fact. However, moving on, he goes to explain how this new system will work, and I'll go and showcase it to you guys. Now, there may be some flaws, and they ask to make sure to report them if you find any. And they apologize for the fact that the user flow is a little bit tricky. The structure of the existing store, plus the fact that they really wanted you to be able to upgrade reclaimed mythics, meant that the overall flow wound up not being as smooth as they would like. Hopefully though, being able to get the Celestials onto your odds will make it worth it. So let's cover this entire system. Before we get started, these are the steps I'm going to have to take. So let's proceed. We have an Unbound, just uncommon enchantment here. We purchase it, say, from any of the stores, from the auction house. This one in particular, I believe, comes from the Demon Web Pits here, the Opal. Again, you'll obtain them unbound. You will be able to upgrade them unbound, and they've also gone and changed the upgrade costs. And as per his statement here, these costs have been adjusted to keep the overall cost under control. It will now be cheaper to refine the first few ranks. This means that to get a fresh enchantment up to Celestial will be about the same cost, if not a little bit less, to get, say, an enchantment up to Mythic as it was before. And I confirmed this in my previous videos, and you can look back on those on my channel to exactly see the overall cost differences and the price drops that we should expect to see. So getting from green to blue, we can see now has a 20% upgrade chance. So we could just slot in a few preservation wards here. About 5 should do the job if I am on average lucky. And we just need 2 attempts there and we got it. And then getting from blue to purple is a 5% chance. So we should only need about 20 preservation wards here. And I won't protect my refinement points or gold, although we'll need to get some more refinement points. Usually those are pretty dirt cheap. Potentially we're lucky. No, we're not. 20 attempts and we don't achieve it. We'll try some more. I still find this 5% chance a bit wacky. I would assume on average you'd need about 20 tries, not as many as we are needing here. We have 37 attempts here already, and it's very odd the guaranteed upgrade is 150, as that's what it usually is at when you have a 1% upgrade chance. And I have a hunch that this enchantment is actually a 1% upgrade chance and not 5%. I will do my best to have the devs look into that. But ultimately, you get then your purple enchantment and you go to upgrade to legendary. Here you're at 0% chance, so it can be just worth it to run a coalescent mode there. Doing that, we get it to legendary and then another one to get to mythic. You can have a look at the costs of glyphs, refinement and gold, and they have all dropped. Once you're at mythic though, you are at the maximum rank. You cannot upgrade any further. However, you all know there's a new rank coming, Celestial. How do you get that rank? Well, again, as per the devs, you cannot refine Unbound Mythic enchantments. So, this enchantment, is not bound. We can go and readily sell this on the auction house, posting it there. So, it is unbound. We can trade it with other characters. But, in order to upgrade it to Celestial, we have to bind it. And well, your next step from here is to make it account-wide, reclaim on all your characters, and this will bind it. So you need to either go to the NPC here, the reclaims agent, or you press your home screen and you click claims valuable. Once you're here, you go to Mythic enchantment unlocks, and you need to find this enchantment. So we have an opal. So let's go scroll down and we have our Mythic Opal account unlock. So we'll go click OK on that, confirming that we have now traded in the opal. It is gone. And now we go back here and we should be able to claim that opal just there. You will now have the OR tag as this enchantment is reclaimed. And now we have that character bound mythic opal. And if we say switch character, we can now go to the claims valuable and look in our enchantment section. And yes, we can claim that opal on this character. So now we can get this enchantment on all of our characters. Again, just once, 1 for 1, that's the trade-in. We could upgrade another opal and then have that again on all of our characters. So we'd have 2 opals. So now you have that character bound opal enchantment. What you can do is, yes, refine it. Now we can get to Celestial. You can see the upgrade costs there. Again, you probably just want to go with the coalescent mode. It's the easiest option unless you have other modes and lots of preservation wards. I will cover in a video the comparison between using a coalescent mode here and preservation ward in later videos, looking at the cost differences there. But in general, just as a quick note, I have found it's cheaper to use a coalescent mode unless you've got your preservation wards for free via some events. So we'll go to upgrade to Celestial here. Now we have this Celestial enchantment, which is bound to our character. We cannot move it between characters. And as before, this is just simply how it was. If you wanted Celestial enchantments, you had to go and upgrade them all on your other characters too. You'd have to go switch, and then we'd go to our other character where we claimed the opal, and then we'd need to go and upgrade this one. However, you need to be very careful and not do that. Make sure you're only upgrading it once. Go back to that character where you did upgrade it to Celestial, and what you need to do is go to your claims valuables, and you need to go to Celestial Enchantment Unlocks. Here we can create an account-wide Celestial enchantment. So we do that. We have just traded it in. Now we have to close this page. You can see there's no option to claim the Celestial enchantment after handing it in. It's gone from inventory. The tricky thing you need to do now, which might be a little bit confusing, is go back to the Mythic enchantment unlocks. You need to claim the Mythic opal. Once you've done that, you can see back in your inventory, you have that again, character unlock. Now this one, again, we could refine. But what you want to do is go back to claims valuable and go to Celestial enchantment unlocks. And now you can trade in the Mythic opal to get the Celestial opal. And that's it. That's how the system is going to work. So we go back to our other character, and what you need to do is once again trade in the mythic opal. Do not upgrade it. You go to your claims valuable, you go to Celestial Unlocks, and you claim your Celestial Enchantment. And now we have that enchantment on this character. So if we go to a fresh character, which does not have an opal yet, we need to go to our claims valuable, we need to go to Mythics, claim the opal, then go to Celestial and claim the Celestial. Done. 2 steps. And that is how you can have the same enchantment on all your characters after just upgrading it 1 time. Just be really careful that you do not upgrade more than once the same mythic enchantment. For example, I could go to my rogue, I could go to my claims valuables, and I could claim that opal, and yes, I could accidentally go and upgrade this one. I could refine it, getting it to Celestial, and then from here we can go to our claims valuables, and you can see we cannot trade in that new Celestial enchantment. So I just upgraded it for no reason at all. You need to be super careful with that. Going back to the claim Mythics ones, you can see we cannot claim the opal, as we already did. We have the opal, it's just on Celestial rank. We basically wasted all of our resources there. So you have to be very careful with that and keep track of what you have been doing across your account. So my advice to you would be to pick one of your characters and only ever upgrade enchantments on that character. Otherwise, you may end up upgrading the wrong enchantment and end up wasting resources. Just, again, be very careful with that. So to quickly show you this system again, we've got an uncommon Peridot. Let's just get that upgraded to Mythic. I'm just going to use cold modes there, that's a waste. Don't use it on those lower ranks, use preservation modes instead. But we get this enchantment upgraded to Mythic. Once on Mythic, we can no longer upgrade. We go to our claims valuable, we go to our Mythic enchantment unlocks. We go and we trade in that Mythic Peridot to get the account-wide unlock. We refresh the claims valuable page, and now we claim our Mythic Peridot. Then we go to our inventory, we refine our Mythic Peridot, we upgrade it to Celestial, and now once it is on Celestial, we go to our claims valuables, we go to Celestial Enchantment Unlocks, we trade in that Celestial Peridot, it is gone. We go to our claims valuable. We claim our Mythic Peridot again. And now we can go to Celestial Enchantment Unlocks and claim the Celestial Peridot. Done. Now we have a Celestial Peridot. We can switch characters. We can again do the same. Go to claims valuable. Claim your Mythic Peridot. Then go to Celestial Enchantments and claim your Celestial Peridot. That is how the system will work. A little bit unintuitive with regards to having to trade in the Celestial enchantment, then go back and claim your Mythic enchantment, and then go and claim your Celestial enchantment again. Then on all of your characters, you need to claim the Mythic enchantment and then claim the Celestial, spending the Mythic. This is to basically ensure that you're not ending up with duplicates or infinite amounts of enchantments where you shouldn't. As a quick step-by-step reference sheet, hopefully this helps here. You upgrade it to Mythic, you trade in that Mythic enchantment and claim it as account-wide. Then you upgrade one of these Mythic enchantments to Celestial. Then you trade in that Celestial enchantment. Then you claim a Mythic enchantment, that same one that you did at step 2. And then you claim the Celestial enchantments, spending that exact Mythic enchantment. And that's it. For all of your characters, you repeat step 5 and 6. And then make sure that you do not upgrade that claimed Mythic enchantment from step 5. as you will just be wasting resources because you cannot trade it in for another celestial enchantment like you do in step 4 with the original mythic enchantment. Hopefully that is clear. Just follow each of these steps for each separate enchantment. One enchantment for one enchantment only. There is no way to get duplicates. You will only end up wasting resources if you try. Ultimately, this system is a little bit clunky and janky with regards to needing to go back to claim another mythic enchantment after trading in a celestial enchantment, but once you get the hang of it, it's fairly straightforward. Just need to work your head around that. And don't go messing things up either. Just try and stick to upgrading enchantments on one character and things will work out just fine. Never upgrade another one on another character, or you may run into the error of upgrading the same one multiple times and not being able to trade it in again to obtain another. Still, many of you are going to be unhappy that you have to trade in those enchantments. You have to make it a character bound before you can upgrade it. Fair enough. I can see why you're not happy with that. Personally, again, it does not affect me, so I don't really care. But we still have no word from the devs as to why, and people are still pushing to ask that. Hopefully we will get some kind of a response, but I assume it's just about, taking resources out of the economy so people will spend more. If you already have a whole bunch of enchantments on Celestial, you can very simply just go to Claims Valuables and trade in all of those Celestial enchantments. Again, you can trade in multiple of the same type, like we did 2 Jades just there, and you can claim that many back again. You just need to be aware that you aren't upgrading and spending resources on your other characters where you could just claim them already on Celestial. You just need to upgrade the enchantment one time to Celestial. So I'm just trading in all of these. Once that is done, we need to go back to the Mythic enchantments and we need to claim all of those again. Right now, I'll just do like my combat enchantments. And yes, we are claiming them on Mythic. Once we have claimed them on Mythic, we can go back to Celestial and we can claim the Celestials again. What this then does is unlocks this claim Celestial on all my other characters. So when we go to switch, then you can see that this character has a bunch of these claimed mythic ones that are character bound. You just go to Claims Valuable and you trade in those character bound ones, upgrading them to Celestial. It will take that mythic from your account and give you it back in Celestial rank. That's very simply how it's going to work. So it's not that bad with regards to confusion once you know what you're doing and if you've already claimed them on all your characters already. So ultimately, I'm thankful they at least came up with a system where we can have account-wide Celestial enchantments. That's the main takeaway here. It will be possible. So once again, a massive thank you to all of these channel members. Thank you for watching and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.